The three tell Norman that even though War Daddy is often hard, he's the main reason why their group is solid. On their way to the nearby town, they see dead bodies hanging. It's the Germans who refuses to fight in the war. They arrive at the town and search it for hiding German soldiers. They spot an old man and ask him where the soldiers are, but he was shot as soon as he pointed where they are. Then a shootout breaks out. In the end, War Daddy and his platoon successfully capture the town when the Burgermeister surrenders. A bunch of kids and women who's forced to fight the war was rescued, and they killed their leader. Afterward, the soldiers celebrate their victory. Gordo and Kunas is flirting with a German woman, taking her inside Fury and consecutively having meat injection game with her. Meanwhile, War Daddy approaches Norman and commends him for killing the enemies. Norman, on the other hand, responds with sarcasm. Then War Daddy takes him to an office full of dead people. Talking about war ideals, War Daddy wants to make Norman realize something. When they step outside, War Daddy spots a woman peeking from the window. He and Norman immediately check the woman's apartment. In there, they find Irma and her younger cousin, Emma. War Daddy decides to settle there for a while, paying Irma 2 packs of cigarettes for a meal and hot water so he can shave. While the women are preparing the food, they are all surprised, including War Daddy, to hear Norman plays the piano. Emma walks to him and sings while he's playing. Then War Daddy urges Norman to make his way to Emma, and the two go into the bedroom. Irma was about to stop them, but War Daddy calmly stops her, saying that she should let them enjoy it while they were young. Inside, Emma and Norman share an intimate time. After a while, they are about to eat when Bible, Gordo, and Kunas barge in. They say that a woman is waiting for Norman in the tank, but as soon as they see Emma, they realize what just happened. Then they, especially Kunas, start bullying Norman and harassing Emma, but War Daddy stops them. All of them share a meal together when Gordo shares a story. Something is up and tension is building up among the soldiers. War Daddy warns them not to spoil his mealtime, but Gordo continues the story about how to kill a horse. To kill a horse, you need to befriend it and gain its trust, and then you kill it. War Daddy warns him to shut up, but Bible and Kunas back him up. Afterward, War Daddy sarcastically thanks them for the talk and slams the table and spits on Kunas. Gordo apologizes when a soldier arrives and calls for them. They are ordered to capture and hold on to a crossroad, but this mission is dangerous because they don't know what will they be facing. While preparing to leave, a German shell hits the town, exactly the house of Irma and Emma. Norman rushes to her and Kunas followed him. He finds Emma dead, further traumatizing him, but this fuels his anger for the Nazis. Kunas pushes him back to the tank, but he refuses. Then Kunas lets him hit him to let out his frustrations and pushes him back to the tank. Afterward, a platoon heads out. Norman is still devastated because of Emma's death. War Daddy talks to him, saying that death is all part of being in the war. On their way to the crossroad, they are ambushed. Enemy soldiers riding a Tiger tank attack them. The platoon is having a hard time finishing the enemy. Unfortunately, the enemy is able to take out Sergeant Davis, Sergeant Binkowski, and their men. Sergeant Davis was directly shot by the tank's cannon in the head, and Sergeant Binkowski burned to death. Fury, commanded by War Daddy, is now having a standoff with the Tiger tank. With War Daddy strategizing their attacks, they are able to destroy the Tiger tank and kill the enemy soldier. Just like at the beginning of the movie, War Daddy and his troop are the only ones left. War Daddy tries to notify his superiors of what happened, but is unable to do so, because the radio was damaged. Stressed and devastated, War Daddy, Bible, Gordo, Kunas, and Norman fool about off their situation and proceed to carry on the mission. Fury reaches the crossroad, but it got immobilized after stepping on a landmine. The tank tread gets cut off and it will take a while to get fixed. War Daddy orders Kunas and Norman to check the nearby building. Inside the building, Kunas apologizes to Norman. After finding nothing but a dead German soldier, they immediately head back to the troop. Then War Daddy orders Norman to guard them from the high ground. While eating, Norman hears something. Looking back, he's terrified to see a battalion of German soldiers marching their way.